Hello, we are going to use the trig hexagon to know the trig formulae. Please don't memorize it, but get to know the trig formulae. Subscribe to Senior Perlus, my YouTube channel. In this presentation, we are going to use the trig hexagon to know the trig identity formulae. The purpose of this presentation is to make it easy for maths and science students to know the trig formulae without memorizing them. Observe the movement of our animation. What is trig hexagon? It's a hexagon with 6 trig function names on each vertex that help us to remember so many formulae. How? Let's start by drawing the hexagon. Yes, draw the hexagon. Then, join all the opposite vertices to get 3 diagonal lines and introduce one at the middle of the diagonal line. That is, one hexagon will help us to write so many formulae. Write the 6 function names of trig at each vertex of the hexagon. I hope you know the names of the 6 function name of trig. The 6 functions of trig are sine, cosine, tangent, cotangent, secant, cosecant. We then begin on this vertex, moving in clockwise direction to end here. All you need is remember that tan is sine out of cos. So we start on this vertex and write tan, sine, cos in clockwise direction. What about the rest of the other function? Don't worry. We know that the opposite of cotangent is tan. Therefore, cot is on the opposite of tan. We said all you need is to remember that tan is sine out of cosine. Using tan on the first vertex, sine on second vertex, cos on third vertex, cot on next vertex in clockwise direction. Remember, all functions starting with c on the right side, then cosec before sec. In summary, draw the hexagon with the diagonal lines and write the 6 function name on each vertex. We now have the trig hexagon. Try and remember all that we have discussed. In this presentation, we will keep on introducing the trig hexagon so that you will always remember. Dear ones, now that we know how to draw the trig hexagon, we are going to use the trig hexagon to know the trig identity formula. Let's start with the quotient rule. That is, taking trig function in clockwise or anti-clockwise direction. From the clockwise direction, tan is sine out of cosine. Sine is cosine out of cot. Cosine is cot out of cosec. Cot is cosec out of sec. Cosec is sec out of tan. Sec is tan out of sine. With anticlockwise, I hope you're able to do it. Next on the presentation, when 3 continuous functions are taken, the product between the first and the third is equal to the second. Then tan times cos is sine. Sine times cot is cosine. Cos times cosec is cot. Cot times sec is cosec. Cosec times tan is sec. Sec times sine is tan. That's good. On this presentation, when functions that are diagonally opposite vectors are multiplied, the result is 1. Sine times cosec is 1. Cos times sec is 1. Tan times cot is 1. Next functions that are diagonally opposite vectors are reciprocal of each other. That is reciprocal identity. Sine is 1 out of cosec. Cos is 1 out of sec. Tan is 1 out of cot. In this presentation, we are going to use Trig Hexagon to know the cofunction identity. Cofunction identity are related to complementary angles. That is, two positive angles are complementary if the sum of the measure is 90. Then sin theta is cos 90 minus theta. Cos theta is sin 90 minus theta. Tan theta is cot 90 minus theta. Cot theta is tan 90 minus theta. Sec theta is cosec 90 minus theta. Cosec theta is sec 90 minus theta. I hope you are enjoying the presentation. Let's move on to the amazing one. Our last presentation on just know the trig identity formula is the Pythagorean identity. Here, we will select 3 different triangles in the trig hexagon, then move in clockwise direction. You will square each of the trig function and add the first 2 before equating. Pythagorean identity. Sin squared theta plus cos squared theta equals to 1. 1 plus cot squared theta equals to cosec squared theta. Tan squared theta plus 1 equals to sec squared theta. The next presentation will be using the trig hexagon to know the derivative of trig function formulae. All you need to do is to subscribe to Senior Perlus on my YouTube channel for more videos. Thank you.